I'm here investigating this Bill McIntosh phenomenon. Let's see what people think.
Bill McIntosh?
Oh yes, his AI knowledge is almost as powerful as my magic spells.
Bill McIntosh?
His traffic strategies are used across 17 galaxies. Even Martians watch his show. Captain McIntosh's traffic secrets help me navigate the digital seas perfectly. His show be pure treasure, mate.
Bill McIntosh's AI insights fuel my experiments. His live stream is pure scientific genius.
Sir William McIntosh's online business strategies help me modernize my kingdom. I never miss his weekly show.
As you can see, Bill McIntosh's influence reaches everyone from wizards to scientists. His weekly show has become a cultural phenomenon.
It's time for the Bill McIntosh Show.
Hey, welcome to the show. Do me a favor, you're out there in the live audience. Give me a big, warm, excited, all caps, exclamation points, hello. So say hello. Hi there. Glad to meet you. This is where I take my 25 plus years of experience of starting, building, and growing businesses on the internet. And I've been able to generate over $100 million in revenue since I've been doing this. And I take my hard-won knowledge and know-how and the skills that I've obtained along the way, and I'd like to share them with you, have some insight about what works, what doesn't. And today we talk about AI and a lot of the modern marketing strategies that you can use to start up a brand new revenue stream, a brand new business, or if you've got an existing business, you can take it and grow it using the strategies that I teach on this show. So if you're an entrepreneur who wants more information about scaling, growing, or starting a brand new business, then you're in the right place. So welcome to the show. And today we're going to be diving into something really special. It's about traffic. It's probably our number 2 request on the channel is more information about how to get traffic. And so we're going
What's number 1?
What's number 1?
Yeah.
How to get profit.
That's true.
Right?
That makes sense. That tracks.
Right. Number 1 is show me the money. Number 2 is show me the traffic, because we need traffic in order to get the money, right? You can't get the money without the traffic. So the two kind of go hand in hand, but that's number 1 and number 2 when it comes to the requests here on the channel. And so we're going to be diving into that today. And let's do this. I want to check in with the audience and see, number 1, we have a chat open. So, and I don't see many people said hello in the chat. Could that possibly be right that you did not say hello to me? So do me a favor, say hello and let me know where in the world you're at in the chat. So there we go. I see chat moving now. And we do have subscriber only chat turned on. So if you'd like to engage with the community, talk with us, and then we're going to have open Q&A where you can ask me questions and get advice and get help. Be open to ask me anything that I can do to help you with your business. We're going to do that a bit later, and it's subscriber only chat. So you don't need to become a channel member and pay anything. It's totally free. You just subscribe. So if you're not a subscriber, you'll see a red button down below. Tap that, and then that will unlock our subscriber only chat. So you will need to be logged in here at YouTube to do that, but that's what will allow you to go in there and chat with us and all the other people hanging out in the audience. And producer Nick, who do we have joining us today?
Yeah, we have a bunch of people, some new people and some veterans that I recognize. We have My Ducky. My Ducky shows up to like every one of our sessions. So that's some dedication. We appreciate you. Blake's another guy. Blake's here. He shows up to like every single one of these. Hello again, Blake. We have Sarge. We have Red Light Therapy. We have Dawn from Maine. Tracy, I recognize Tracy. Hi, Tracy. We have Vitality Within You from Canada. And then we have Red Light Therapy Review, another Canadian, Russ in Canada. Nice.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. And then who else do we have in our international audience? Definitely would love to hear from you, whether you're wherever you are, Europe, Asia, or elsewhere in the world. I would love to hear about our international audience. And then also, is there anybody here who's new? Give me an I'm new in the chat if you're new to this show. So maybe if you even know me, but you haven't been on one of these shows before, let's see who is new with us today. I always love to see when we have a new audience joining us and becoming part of the show. So I'll give me an I'm new in the chat if you're new to seeing these shows. And who do we have who's new, Nick?
Yeah, we have a few new people. Welcome to all the newcomers. We have Dawn, Trisha, Netta, Brant. We have Veronica from Indiana. We have another veteran, Michaela. Hi, Michaela.
Hey. All right.
Nice.
Okay, awesome. Well, I love seeing the newcomers with the show, and welcome to the family of billionaires. So the billionaires are hanging out in the chat, and on the show, we'll be doing on-topic Q&A. So we're going to talk about traffic. We're going to talk about a really specific technique that I love to use to get traffic. We're going to do some Q&A about traffic if you need help with getting visitors to your website. So I'll be here to help you with that. And then we'll kick it open to wide open Ask Me Anything towards the end of the show. And so make sure you become a subscriber so you can chat with us in there. And then, I do have a little bit of housekeeping I got to get out of the way before we start. So I want to let everybody know, just for confusion, we have another live broadcast that's going on a bit later today. It's in about 2 hours from now. We're going to be on a private invite-only webinar, so it won't be here on YouTube. We're holding it off on another place. It's in a private invite-only. You need to register to attend it. What I'm going to cover in tonight's live training is something really, really awesome. We're going to be talking about a really specific type of business that you can build with new AI tools. So there's some new AI tools that let you build all kinds of amazing apps and websites and tools and things on the internet. Some would call this vibe coding. And there is one particular type of app that you can build that can make you a pile of money. And you could use it for two scenarios. One is maybe you don't quite know what you want to start. You're trying to just get started building an internet business. This is perfect for that. But also, if you're already started and you're looking for a new way to get traffic and build your list and grow your business, it can work for that too. And so that will be held tonight. It is a private broadcast. There'll be a private chat where you can chat with me and my team. And we'll be doing some training on that. And then we have a program where you can join us and we'll help you build one of those tools. And so I want to let you know that you as a channel member, as a viewer of the channel, are invited to that broadcast. So that'll be only tonight. And Producer Nick, can you pop the link to that in the chat for me?
Oh, I'm way ahead of you. I'll drop it again.
Oh, drop it again. And I just also realized I did not log into YouTube Studio so I can manage the chat. So let me do that super quick. And then we'll get started with today's broadcast. Okay, there we got that. Let's go into the studio. And I'm in there. And so now I can pin it. Let me pin that to the top of the chat. So yeah, you're going to definitely want to check that out. So again, you must register. So you have to click that link and then go register on that next page that you'll see. Once again, I need my sneeze button. All right, fantastic. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of heads up about today's trading. It's going to be a method that allows you to take just $2. That's right, $2. And you combine it with a little bit of an AI strategy. I'll walk you through all of the steps so you can see step by step how to do it. And if you got $2 and you can follow the instructions that I'll be giving you in this training, you will be able to get traffic to your website. Now, I have been using this strategy over the years, and I have driven literally hundreds of millions of visitors to my sites using what I'm about to show you. And over the years, it's adapted. And at one point, it kind of like this strategy sort of like phased out. And then AI came along and boom, it exploded again. And it's actually really, really useful. So it's a little bit of combining strategies that worked for us in the past, mix it with AI, and it just explodes. And it's a brand new, all new way to get traffic when you mix the two of them together. So that's what I'll be doing the training on. And then we're going to have Q&A at the end. And for those of you who are new to the show, I record the training segment. So I'm about to start delivering the content and the training for today. And while I'm doing that, we're recording so that we can edit that up. We hand it off to our content team. Sometimes it ends up being in my courses or trainings. Sometimes it gets edited up and put out in social media. So we record them, and I'm going to power through. So you'll see me going all the way through the recording that training. And then I'll open up and be going into Q&A. So if you're asking questions while I'm doing the training, I will get to them. Producer Nick is behind the scenes. He'll keep track of your questions, and we'll get them all answered after I finish the training. So training will be probably about 15 minutes worth of hands-on how to step-by-step on how to apply this. And then we'll open up to chat again. So don't worry. If you ask a question, I will answer it. We'll just do it after I finish recording. Okay, and then final reminder before I dive in, to register for tonight's training. So that link is pinned in the chat, and we will be back again tonight with some all new training. And you must register. It's by invite only, and because you're watching, you're invited. So go check that link out. It's over in the comments. It's pinned in the comments, and make sure you register and show up tonight for that very special private training. And let me get my teleprompter remote. Oops, no, I did not want to do that. So somehow I shut off my teleprompter. Okay, now it's back. All right, so here we go. We're going to record the hook, which is the little intro at the beginning of the training to get people excited to watch. And here we go. I discovered a weird way to flood your website with traffic, and all it takes is just $2. That's $2 a day and a little bit of AI. Now, the cool thing about this strategy is that it's not begging for clicks from Google. It's not making tons of silly AI faceless videos. It's not spending a fortune on expensive advertising. Now, all of these things can work, but let's face it, they can be difficult, they can be challenging, and they can be very, very expensive. So I have a brand new strategy that I'm going to share with you in this video that it is not expensive, it is not difficult, and it uses AI to do something quite amazing. Now, I personally know this works because I've used the method myself to blow up a secret network of websites. And I've gotten hundreds of millions of visitors to those sites using this exact strategy that I'm about to show you. And with the help of AI, you can do this even if you know nothing about driving traffic. Even if you have 0 followers, no email list, and no clue where to get started. Heck, even if you know nothing about AI, by the time you're done watching this video, you will be able to take just $2, combine it with some simple AI copy and paste prompts that I'm going to give you, and you can start getting traffic to your business fast. And that's exactly why you're going to want to stick around to the end so that you can claim these prompts and the bonus secret money making method that I'm going to reveal to you at the end. If you want to know how do you take this traffic and transform it into money, I got you covered. We'll talk about that. That's our bonus at the end. And if you didn't know, I'm Bill McIntosh. Over the last 25 years, I've generated over $100 million in revenue online myself. And now I teach entrepreneurs how to harness AI to launch and scale businesses. So are you ready? Then let's dive in. All right. How was that, Nick?
Good. I thought that was good.
Good. Okay. Then we'll get to it. Let's get my screen share going. It is that one, share. It always loves to do that for some reason. Okay, why does it want to do that? So I'm going to have to take that out, put that in, and do that. Okay. So Nick, there you go. All right, awesome. So I have a special slide deck that I'm using for this. You can see that over there. We'll talk in a minute about how you can get a copy of it for free. But let's just get straight into the training, shall we? Now, we're going to be talking about how to get traffic, as I said before. This is an example of that. So this was just one of my sites that you can see right here. Just one single site got 26 million visitors to this specific site using the exact strategy that I am about to show you, okay? Now, it all starts out with making sure that you're in the right market. You know, people call this your niche market. And it's important that you're in a niche market that is somewhat broad in order to do this. So if you're in a tiny little niche that has very few people in it, this strategy might not be right for you. But if you're in kind of a medium size or a larger niche market, things like weight loss, diet, health, chiropractic, dentistry, cosmetic surgery, like things that the broad general public might be interested in and not something super, super specific, you know, like how to weave blue underwater baskets, you know, some really, really small niche, then this strategy is fantastic. And actually, you know, I think I want to rephrase that. So note to editor, we're gonna backtrack a little bit and you can edit, splice this together, okay? Now, the beauty of this strategy is that it works phenomenally well in really large markets. So if you're a very broad market like health or weight loss, you know, a diet thing, any kind of make money type of a thing, cosmetic surgery, anything that the broad general public is interested in, this works amazingly well. And then as the markets get smaller and smaller, you can't reach, like you see here, with 26 million people. If you're in a small market, obviously you're going to get in front of a smaller group of people. But if you want to snatch up tens or hundreds of millions of visitors like I have, then the bigger markets are fantastic. So you want to pick the right market to serve. And if you haven't yet set up your business and you don't yet know what market you want to go into, then I highly recommend you go into larger markets. And the way we do this is we dive in. Oh, I'm fumbling this one here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Note for editor, you can clean it up here. And so we want to go into markets that have problems that people want to solve and goals that they want to achieve. Now, one thing I will tell you is it's important for this strategy, you want to kind of avoid topics or uncomfortable niche markets that people are not going to want to talk about online. Because the strategy I'm going to show you, we want to tap into people that are sharing, commenting, and other things. So it's super important that we use it in a way that's not embarrassing for someone to share or comment or interact with your content. So it's important to think about that if you're picking a niche market. You know, like the how to fix hemorrhoids market is probably not going to be a great fit for this because people will not share or comment or engage with that content because of embarrassment, right? And you do want to dive into a market that has problems to solve that you can help them with simple content that I'm going to show you how to make, okay? Which, by the way, do you know what niche market you're going to work in? Let me know in the comments. What niche are you interested in getting traffic for? Let me know. I can give you some personalized advice based upon what you answer down there. So drop into the comments and let us know which niche market are you interested in? And I'll personalize and give you some advice down there in the comments. And so some of the things that you can pick are things like hobbies you enjoy. Maybe you have a skill or a day job that you're interested in. A problem you know how to solve for others, or let's see here. Okay, cool. All right. So note for editor, you can clean that up. Okay, now one of the things I want to let you know is don't go with the advice that people give you about niching down into small, hyper-specific markets. For what we want to do here, bigger, broader is better. So if you're in a really specific market, see about when you're going to follow the advice I'm about to give you, can you kind of broaden it out a little bit if you're in a really small market? And by the way, if you'd like to download this playbook, the one I'm showing you right here, it's got links and references, and it has the prompts that I'm going to be showing you how to use with AI. All that's included. All you need to do is head to pushbutton.ai/subscribe to get your copy of this deck. And then I'll drop a link down in the comments below and also in our description, so you can get it there as well. But you can head on over there and you can download a copy of this deck yourself, so you can get the prompts, the links, and everything that's included. Okay. Now, one of the things that you need to do is you have to establish what I call your 10 PGB. And that stands for the top 10 problems, goals, and benefits that your niche is looking for. And so when we're talking about problems, we're looking for 5 urgent pain points, frustrations, or things that people really want to solve in your niche market. So let's say an example, might be the weight loss market. So a problem someone might want to solve is that they want to look better. They're upset with how they look. They want to appear more attractive. That's a problem. And so that could be an example of a problem. Another potential problem could be that they have health concerns. Maybe they're having concerns about they can't walk around the block without running out of breath. They're concerned about how their weight is going to affect their longevity. All the negative aspects of wanting to lose weight are the problems. And so we want to pick 5 of the top problems that you can find in your niche. And then the G stands for goals. And this is kind of the positive things that your market is trying to achieve. And we're going to pick 5 of those as well. Okay. So for those, we're looking for positive things like how they're going to feel after they lose the weight. They're going to have confidence. They're going to feel more attractive. They're going to feel more energetic. These are positive feelings and things that they're going to achieve and have. And those are the goals. So we want 5 negatives, 5 positives, and then we want the benefits, which are different than the problems or goals. We want the benefits for each of those. So we're going to get 10 benefits. So once the person handles their concern about longevity, then the benefit of that would be, let's say that you lose weight so that you can live longer. The benefit of living longer is you can spend more time with your grandkids or with your family, or you don't have to worry about leaving your loved ones behind, whatever that final end result. Once you solve the problem or once you achieve the goal, what's the feeling, the final end result that the person is going to feel, and how are they going to be thinking and what they're going to have, so there could be physical, tangible benefits. There could be emotional benefits. But that's the final end result, that the benefit they get by solving the problem or achieving the goal. So we want to list all of these down. Just make a simple list. You can put it in like a notepad, or if you want to put it into a spreadsheet or whatever you want to do it. So you're going to have 10 of these, a set of 10, 5 problems, 5 goals, and then all their benefits. We're going to take these and we're going to be using these to get you traffic. Because here is the thing. When you tap into this is the secret psychology of what makes someone click on the internet. So when you speak to their insight internally, when they know their problems, they know their goals, they may not even tell their family and friends about some of these things, but they have them deep inside. And so when they see something as they're scrolling through their timeline or they're on the internet looking around, when they see something that speaks to them about these deep-seated desires, they click. So this is why it's really important we focus on these things while using this traffic strategy that I'm about to show you. Okay. Now some examples. A problem could be that my dog barks all night, right? The benefit of solving that would be a peaceful home and happy neighbors. Also in the dog training niche, a potential problem could be the dog pulls on the leash. The benefit to that would be enjoying stress-free walks. And then those are some examples, right? And then here, if you don't know how to find these, you can use AI. And here is a very simple prompt here. I'll show it on the screen here. But if you would like to download this, remember, you can get a copy of this deck. And this is just one of several AI copy and paste prompts that we're going to give you. So make sure you download that deck. The link is in the description and in the comments below, and you can get your copy of this deck. Okay. But there is the prompt, and this will help you if you're not sure what your problems and goals are, what your 10 PGB is, you're having trouble pulling it together. This prompt is fantastic. You can copy and paste it into ChatGPT or Google Gemini or Claude or any of the chat-based AI tools, and they will give you some amazing problems, goals, and benefits for your market. Okay. Now, step 3, we're going to use AI to forge what are called pillar posts. And we have 10 of those. So we have 10 of these pillar posts, and we're going to make them on your website. So we're going to create a piece of content, one for each of the 10 problems, goals, and benefits. Remember, we're going to do 10 of them, okay? So one for each of those 10 problems, goals, and benefits, and we're going to use AI to do it. So don't worry if you're not good at writing and the idea of writing 10 articles is a little overwhelming for you. Don't worry. We're going to get AI to do it for you. I'll share the prompts in a minute. So these pillar posts, they should be evergreen. Okay, it should be an evergreen article. It shouldn't be timely so that it only works in the summer or the winter or something like that. It shouldn't be based on a trend or a fad. These are the problems, goals that your audience has that are timeless. And we're going to make one for each of the problem, goals, and benefit. Inside the article that you're about to write, you're going to take one pain point or goal. You're going to deliver real value in that article. And again, if you're worried about this, don't worry. AI can do a great job of this for you, and I have a prompt that you can use to do it, okay? So you want to make this be like your cornerstone piece. This is going to be a longer article, jam-packed with value and information, okay? The beauty of this is this article actually doubles as a landing page. So we're going to be sending traffic to this article that speaks to one of these deep-seated emotional problems or goals that your market has. And we're going to be using this to send traffic to it. And it'll all make sense as to why we're doing this as we continue on, okay? So now you think of your pillar posts as a home base for one specific problem or goal, okay? It's going to attract both organic, free traffic. When you follow my instructions, you're going to get traffic for free, but it's also going to serve as the place that you're going to spend just $2 to send some paid visitors there, following a simple Facebook strategy I'll show you in a minute, okay? Which, by the way, you want to deep dive on this, because this concept that I'm covering here about 10 PGB and focusing in on problems and goals it's a really important part of starting and scaling and growing a successful business. Would you like a deep dive on that? Let me know in the comments. Drop it in there if you want me to do. I can do another video, and we could do a really in-depth deep dive on the inside psychology of what gets people to click and buy from you, if you'd like. But let me know in the comments. Okay, so here is our article prompts. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a giant list of potential articles that we can write, and then we're going to write 10 of them based on these problems and goals. And you can see I'll leave the prompts on the screen here if you'd like to see them. Again, all of these are downloadable when you get the deck. If you'd like these, download the deck, become a subscriber to Ingeniosity. That's how you get it, by the way. It's free. You subscribe to the newsletter. We call it Ingeniosity. We send you content each week about how to build and grow your business. And if you sign up, you get that for free, okay? So here is the steps on using AI to write your article. We're going to prime it, have it do a deep dive, come up with blog post ideas, keywords. We're going to outline the blog post. Then it's going to draft your article and finish it, okay? And it's really simple. This process right here, it takes about 5 minutes per article. So if you follow these prompts, 5 minutes or less, you have your 10 PGB piece of content, your pillar post, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to post those to your website. Now, when clients work with me, we build their sites on WordPress, which makes it really easy to just go into WordPress. You say new post, copy, paste the copy and paste the title in, copy and paste the article in, and hit publish. And that's that. It's really simple in WordPress. So depending on what kind of tool you're using to build your website, hopefully it's just as simple as that. Now, the beauty is we're going to now just take the link to this and share it on Facebook. And you know what? Let me just open this up here. I'm going to go to one of my websites. And then let's go to the page. And Note Predator, you can kind of clean this up. We don't need to watch me do all this for the final video. And so here's an example of one of my sites and one of my pages. And so we're going to now switch in, and I'll show you how you do this, okay? So you just want to be acting as your business page that you have set up in Facebook. And we come over here and we take an article. So let's say, for example, this one right here. So here's an example of an article, right? We're going to take our link. We're going to copy it. We're going to come over here to Facebook, and we're just going to post it just like you share a regular old post. We just say some amazing advice on selling products through GPT, okay? I'm just gonna make it type a really simple conversational introduction, and we're gonna paste our link in here, right? Just copy. Okay, why do I not see paste? Paste, there we go. Just like that. And so we do that. We're going to hit next. We'll leave everything pretty much as the default settings. Now, you might be able to use this boost post toggle here. We'll talk about that in a minute. But that's an option we'll speak about in a moment. But for now, let's just post this. Give it a moment here, and then it should appear. There it is. It has now appeared on our timeline. So there we go. So now we have used our 10 PGB to create an article. We've copy and pasted that link onto Facebook, and we're ready to go on to the next step. Okay. Step 6. We are going to boost this Facebook post by spending $2 a day. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this because we're going to be speaking about Facebook ads here. And I'd like to know, I'm going to cover this at a high level, but if you're not familiar with Facebook ads or you want a refresher on it, let me know. Drop in the comments down there below and let me know, would you like some deep dive training on how to actually use Facebook ads? Again, maybe you used them in the past, you need a refresher, or maybe you've never placed a Facebook ad before. I would be happy to do some training to really dig in and show you how to get great results with Facebook ads. If you're interested, I can make a video here on the channel. Just again, drop that comment down below and let me know. Would you like some in-depth training about Facebook ads? But for this strategy that we're using here, all we are going to do is what I like to do is I go into my Facebook ad manager, and I will then place an ad. And when you make an ad in Facebook, one of the choices that you have is you can advertise on an existing post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that post that I just made, and I'm going to put an ad on it, and I'm going to just spend $2 a day. Okay. Now, if you can budget more, spend more, but you can do it for as little as $2. So typically for me, it's usually somewhere between $2 and as much as $10 per day for this strategy. Let's do this. I'm going to go in. Well, we'll go back to here. I'll just show it here in the slide deck. So we'll go back to here. Okay. So again, we're going to either, you could use Boost Post, which there's a reason I rather that you not use Boost Post. It's better if we instead put an ad on the post through the Facebook advertising platform. I'll talk about why that is in a minute, but if you need to, if that scares you a bit about having to use the Facebook advertising system, then you can use the boost post button. That still can work, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to make an ad, and Facebook calls them your objective, what you want your ad to do. We want to select engagement, and specifically we want what's called post engagement. And what that does is that means Facebook is going to make an ad, and they're going to put it in front of people that are likely to comment, to share, and to click, right? Which is what we want. We want comments, we want shares, we want clicks. Now, why do we want this? Obviously, we want the traffic, but that sends signals to Facebook about our post, okay? So we've made an organic free post, and now we're going to use ads by spending just a little bit of money, and we're going to kind of force the Facebook algorithm to recognize that post, because it's going to see shares, it's going to see clicks, it's going to see comments, it's going to see activity, and then Facebook will boost it and give you more free views. Usually what I see is that, let's say I get 100 clicks from my paid advertising, I might get 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 clicks organically as that post takes off in the marketplace. Now, one of the things that make these posts work really well is, again, you've tapped into their psychology of their biggest deep-seated problems and their really important goals that they want to achieve, and you've got an article that's going to help them with that. So you tend to get a really good reaction, and you tend to get a lot of clicks and engagement because you've tapped into that 10 PGB that I talked about earlier. So we're going to do this basically over and over again. So we put the budget, by the way, at $2 a day, or up to 10 if you have, if your budget can afford it. And we let that run for 3 days. Okay. So we let it run for 3 days, and then we come back and take a look. And if we're happy with the results, if we can see that that post is getting clicks, that our $2 got us a good amount of traffic, we let the ad run. We just let it keep on going. So you want there to be 3 full days. So not like 2.5, but 3 entirely full calendar days of ads running on that post. So you could even make it as much as 5, but 3 minimum. So after 3 full days, you can come back and look, and then you can decide if you're satisfied with the results. And if you are, you'll let the ad keep running. If you're not, you just pause it and you just stop the ad, and that stops the spend. Now, what you'll find is even if you stop the spend, you will still get a residual amount of free traffic that will keep coming to your post after you've paused the ad. But it does slow down, and eventually will kind of peter out at the end, okay? Now, we're going to repeat this 10 times. Okay, we have 10 pillar posts that you made following the earlier strategy I showed up there, right? So we're going to just repeat this cycle 10 times. And this is dependent upon you. If you have time to sit down and bust them all out in a day, and you got the budget to put ads behind all of them, go for it. If you want to spread it out, you want to do 1 a day, 1 every other day, 1 every 3 days, you can do that. And so you do it at your pace. And obviously, the faster you do it, the faster you get results, the faster you can measure what's working and what's not working. But you definitely want to do all 10 of them, okay? And it's really important because we're going to be taking a look at the results, and it's important our next steps, what we're going to do with these posts, okay? Which, by the way, here are some guidelines that we really like to look at on our results. And what I like to zero in at is our link click-through rate. I love comments, I love shares, but what's really important and what helps me pay the bills is when people click and come to my website. So I look at our stats. We want to look at what's called our click-through rate on our link click-through rate. And if it is at below 2, if you don't have at least 2% of the people that Facebook is showing that ad to clicking your link, pause it. Just get rid of it. If it's 2 to 4%, you can kind of keep it running, let it keep gathering data. And then if you're noticing you're getting 4% or more of the people that are seeing that post are clicking your link, and this is shown in the stats. I'll show you in a minute how to figure that out. Then you definitely want to expand it. Don't just leave it there, but grow it. Increase your spend. If you're spending $2 a day, put it to 5. If the results keep coming, then put it to 10, and slowly just keep ramping up your spending when you're seeing those high click-through rates, okay? So here's an example of one of these posts there. And we ran thousands of these kinds of ads to all kinds of different websites. And I'm not really doing a deep dive into how to place Facebook ads for this training today. But if you want me to, again, just drop a comment below. If there's enough interest, enough people want me to, then I will do another video. I'll do a follow-up video, and I'll show you step by step how to use the Facebook ads interface. All right. Now, step 7 is probably the most important step of all. And we want to adjust and scale the winners. So here is where we went from getting little bits of traffic here and there to getting millions of visitors, was from step 7 that you see right here. Okay. What we want to do is we want to take clues from what's working. So if you notice that you've posted your 10 pillar posts, you did ads in those 10 posts, but one of them in particular is doing super well. It's getting lots of clicks. You're really happy with the result. You're getting a lot of engagement. You're ramping up your spending. That becomes a clue for what to do next. Because what we want to do now is make more articles on the same topic. And I think people get really freaked out that they think in social media, and particularly in Facebook and other places like it, that you have to keep fresh, new, original content. So you might say, let's say my post on how to stop your dog from barking is doing really, really well. Well, I should come back and I should do 5 more posts about 5 different ways to stop your dog from barking. And I should just keep talking about how to stop your dog from barking over and over and over again until my posts stop working. And then I can move on to the next topic. So we take the winning topics and we double down and triple down and quadruple down and keep doing them. So you'd make a new article. Now this time you can make a shorter article. It doesn't have to be quite as long as your first pillar post, but you can make a new article about a different way to stop your dog from barking, or a different reason why you want to stop your dog from barking, or tell a story about a time you stopped your dog from barking, or whatever. But keep talking about that subject over and over and take clues from this. Evaluate your posts. Which ones are doing well? Which ones are not doing well? See if you can kind of figure out why. Maybe you'll notice a trend. Maybe you'll notice that when you are too aggressive in the training techniques that you talk about, you don't get a lot of clicks. But if the training techniques are very positive, positive reinforcement type techniques, those get tons of clicks. So then stop talking about, like negative ways to train your dog and start talking about more positive ways. So just take clues by watching what's working and what's not, and see if you can figure out why. And you just do a lot more of what works and a lot less of what doesn't. And now let's say that you first did your first 10 pillar posts and 2 or 3 of them did really, really well. It is not unusual that 1 to 3 out of 10 posts do well, the rest do not. That is normal. So don't freak out if you did 10 posts and only a single one is doing well. That's a good thing. So this is what we would do. So we would do these 10 posts. We would end up usually pausing, so 7 to 9 of those posts would just totally get paused and we'd be not happy with them. But then 1 to 3 of them, of our 10, would do really well. And then it's by doubling down, tripling down, expanding budgets, and watching those things go viral is how we would get those millions and millions of visitors, and how you'll be able to do the same thing. So this is the key. This is the part that no one pays attention to. Instead, what most people would do is they would do 10 posts, 10 ads. They'd see 9 of them didn't work, and they go, this is junk. This doesn't work. But that's where I look at things differently. And I don't look at it as, look, 9 out of 10 of these posts didn't work. I look at the one that did and expand it like mad. And that was the difference between how I did this type of advertising and still do, and how others will fail at this technique. So definitely pay close attention to step 7. And again, what we do is we slowly increase our ad spend on the posts and ads that are working. And if your click-through rate holds, performance is holding, you just keep scaling, and do more posts on the same topic. And then what you end up doing if you get this right is you have like this self-correcting traffic system. You just keep putting stuff out there, switching topics, switching strategies, seeing what works, double down on what works, get rid of what doesn't. And then over time, this becomes a traffic powerhouse by setting it up almost like a system, okay? Which, by the way, would you like us to do this for you? This is something that we can do. I have a product that is about to come out. It is a tool suite that does everything that I just showed you here. Everything I just showed you, the tool just does it all for you. So we're going to talk more about it. At the time of recording this, it hasn't been launched yet. But if you're interested, I'll drop a link below. So again, let me know if you're interested in that in the comments too. And when it's available, I'll drop a link in the comments below and in the description below, and you'll be able to go check that tool out. So we do have a tool that is coming out that you'll be able to do these steps, and the AI system does it all. It researches, it helps you write your titles, it writes your articles, it shares it on Facebook, it does your ads, it monitors your ads, it scales them up and down, it automates the whole entire process. Yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know. It's not out yet. It is coming. So keep an eye on the space below. So by the time you watch this video, this tool may be released, and I'll drop a link to it down below. Okay. But if it's not yet released, definitely let me know how interested you are in that. With that, I want to let you know that if you got value from today's video, you probably are going to want to subscribe. You can see that down below. There's a red subscribe link. If you got some use out of the training I gave you today, definitely become a subscriber. We're live. I do live training like this every single Wednesday, week after week, and I bring my $100 million worth of results and skill and background, and I come to you and help you live every Wednesday. And we release training all the time on this channel. And beyond that, make sure you drop a like and a comment down below. It really does help the YouTube algorithm. On that note, we have another video for you that I think is really, really important. Once you're getting traffic like this, it is a strategy that you definitely want to see. So I'll pop a link to that up above. Go check out that video. And on that note, goodbye for now. Okay, audience, I'm not going nowhere. I'm still here. We're going to do all your questions. And Nick, did I miss anything on that?
No, I think you got it all.
Okay. All right, cool. I was trying to go through it, power through it fairly quickly. So hopefully that all made sense to everyone. And let's dive into their questions and see what everybody has to say. Oh, before we do that, I do have something else I need to do really quickly. So we are going to dive into all of your questions. We're going to do open Q&A in just a minute. But we need to take a very quick commercial break. So we're going to do a quick commercial break. And at this time, I'll let you know that if you're interested in attending our private webinar that's happening tonight, you must register. So we're back tonight. We have a private chat. It's not here on YouTube. It's off YouTube. So you will need to register to be able to attend. That link is pinned in the comments. And Nick, if you could pop that link into the chat as well, we'll put that in there. And we're going to take a really quick 1-minute break, and we will be right back with all of your questions and more training on how to use this strategy. There's more I want to talk about to help you get traffic to your website using this strategy. But before then, we'll go to the presidents, and I'll see you in just a minute.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning. You wouldn't believe.
This push-button AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
Can you guys hear him? Come here, you. Come here, you. Come here.
Is he bored?
He wants my attention. He says, "Come outside with me. Come outside." He's like, it's so hard to get work done. He's constantly in here. About every hour he comes in and he wants me to go outside and do fun stuff. But all right, buddy, I got stuff to do. No, we're all done. All done. Go on. So I don't know if you all heard him huffing and puffing in the mic earlier, but it wasn't me. It was him. All right. So Nick, before we get into everyone's questions, I have a question for you.
What's your question?
How do you cut the ocean in half?
How?
With a seesaw.
That's good. That's good.
You like that? You like that? Oh, yeah. I got to laugh. There we go. So on the dad joke scale of 0 to 10, what do you give that one?
You know what? I don't usually do this. I'm going to give it a 9.2. I rarely give it.
That's high praise from you.
Yeah, it's rare when something crosses the 9 threshold. This one deserves it.
All right, pretty good. Chat, what do you think? What do you think? I'll take full credit for the joke, even though it was all ChatGPT. But all right, and I got another one queued up for you a bit later. So, chat, what do they give me?
Yeah, let's see. My ducky says 8.7. Blake says he'll give you a 9 too.
Oh, there we go. Wow, you actually rated me higher than the chat. That's a change.
That almost never happens. Whoa,
Okay.
Larry gives it a 10. That's a.
Thanks, Larry.
I don't think I've done a 10 before.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. The perfect dad joke. So, hey, you got to laugh. So, all right. Now let's get to the real questions.
Yes, I gotta find. So we got a question from Michaela that hopefully she's still in. She can see the answer. She had a good question. Let me find it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here it is. This was such a good question. She says, "There's been a lot of debate about using fake Facebook pages versus groups for marketing. Do you have any thoughts on this?"
I do not like groups. That might be a controversial thing to say, but groups they're good, but they take a lot of time to actually get value out of. And there was a time where Facebook was giving groups a lot of preferential treatment, where they would, if say Facebook calls it surfacing, where when you make a post, it shows up on people's timelines. And groups would surface a lot more than pages. And that extra boost has kind of gone away over time. And they might have a little bit of an edge over Facebook pages now. But I personally, they take a lot of effort to keep alive. That's actually, you'd be surprised. I have groups with thousands, even tens of thousands of members, and they just kind of die unless you're putting a lot of effort into, keeping them alive and then moderating them, and so they're challenging to use. And they do give a benefit. It's just, to me, it isn't worth the extra effort. Yeah.
Cool. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm going in chronological order. And if I
Mhm.
accidentally skip you, call me out in the chat and repost your question so I see it.
Yeah, and then I'd like to know too, if anybody, you want some guidance, you're not quite sure how to, this didn't quite click on how you can use it for your business, tell me what niche you're in, and I'll give you some examples, some ideas. Definitely this is not hype just because we're here doing training on YouTube. This is my number one traffic strategy, number one. And so I want you to be able to use this. And if you're at all like hung up on you're not quite sure, let me know your niche market. I'll give you some examples. We'll talk through how you can apply it. So definitely, while I'm here, get my help. All right, back to you.
Yeah. Let's see. We had a lot. There's a lot of interest in a technical tutorial. They want to see the back office. They want to see the ads manager. So
do you for Facebook ads?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, you guys want a deep dive on Facebook ads? We can do that. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just right now. I'm scrolling through just a wall of people saying they want that. So, and I've actually seen that before too. I ask people in my emails what they want, and I remember that's a pretty common theme. People wanting to know Facebook ads. All right. Let's see. Vitality Within You says, yes, I need to check out your new tool. Does it capture emails?
Well, the new tool is all about driving traffic, right? So if your website is set up to capture emails, then yes, it'll capture emails. If your site is set up to sell products, then it sells products. What the tool does is it implements the strategy that you just saw me go over. So the research, the writing of titles, the creating of posts, posting the post on your site for you automatically, sharing the link in Facebook automatically, putting an ad on that post automatically, then watching the ad to see if it works well, and then automatically either lowering or raising your budgets. It does all of that stuff automatically, and it uses AI to create all of your content. It creates your images, it creates your articles, and it manages this entire process. The 7-step process that I just showed you, it manages all of it for you. That's what it does.
All right.
Yeah, I actually had hoped to launch it this week, but it's not quite ready. It's still in the oven, baking a little longer.
All right. I don't see. I guess we can do a last call. I don't see any additional questions. So if I accidentally missed you, or you want to get your question in last second.
Yeah, so let's open it up a little bit. We'll go to traffic questions. You got any kinds of traffic questions, whether they're about the strategy I showed you today, or whether it's any strategy at all, or if you'd like, again, if you want me to help you get an insight into how to use this for your business, let me know what niche market you're in. And then of course, any questions at all about how to get traffic for your business, be happy to help you out.
Well, I had a comment while questions are rolling in on the topic of AI plus traffic. I'm noticing you may or may not agree with me, but I'm noticing a huge opportunity in using the new tool VO3 to drive like huge amounts of traffic in my area of the internet and some of the newsletters I'm reading. I'm seeing people talk about they're spinning up TikTok pages. They're using VO3. They're just posting VO3 content to them. And a week later, they're getting millions of views. And they're using that to drive traffic to all sorts of websites.
I just saw they're not using VO3, but I just saw a business for sale on Flippa, by the way, Nick. And what they did is I think they had 8 TikTok accounts, and those 8 TikTok accounts were driving all the revenue to this business. And these 8 TikTok accounts just shared viral content, and then they all drove people back to the website where they could buy the product.
Really?
I'll have to dig it out.
What was the product?
It was e-commerce. It was like a mass market friendly e-commerce offer. I have to find it. I just remember this traffic strategy, so I'll send it to you.
Wow. Okay. That's interesting. We've talked about this. They call it mass accounts, having like a dozen TikTok accounts and posting, just flooding the accounts with content. And I've seen some people they do it digitally, where they're just posting. They're using automations to post to these accounts. But I've seen other people where they'll buy like 10 Android phones and they'll manually post using those phones. They have like a click farm. And I've thought of building my own click farm. And I'm curious if anyone in the chat would be interested in that case study. If you want me to start a click farm, show the whole process, and then make a video about it, would that be interesting to anyone? I don't know if Bill would want to do a video on that, but I'm just curious.
Click farming. Well, hey, if you want to do it, you want to be a guest on the channel and do your own video? You feeling up to it? Yeah. You've seen this, the VO3. Me, Bill, and my brother Dylan are co-founding a little software called Nizzly, and I've been making these VO3 videos, and I've been wanting to use the strategy to grow that business. So if you guys are interested in me building a click farm and showing you the behind the scenes, please, I'd love to have a reason to do it and then talk about it. Yeah. So if I'll say this, if there's enough interest in that, the audience, if enough people are interested, then yeah, we could do that. And you have the time to do it, right? I just want to make sure you're not overcommitting.
I'm already doing it.
Okay.
I'm already doing it on one account. I just need the permission to talk about it on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. Then yeah, we could do. You want to do some guest content? We'll let you do some content on the channel. Let's do it.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Seems like there is interest. Thanks. I appreciate you guys vouching for me. Bill's very selective for what he wants to cover on the channel. Probably 9 out of the 10 things I pitched to him, he shoots down. But if I can get you guys to vouch for me, he's much more likely to let me do it. So I appreciate it.
You're using the audience against me.
Yeah. All right. I just realized, I think I skipped a question from Chris. He says, do you still need the traffic pack if you're using this new tool?
That question is premature. Ask it once we launch the tool, you can see what it does and how it works, and then I think it'd be a good time to ask. So a little early for me to jump ahead of myself and start answering that. But I'm going to be very, very vocal about promoting it when it's ready. So once it's ready and you see it, you learn what it does. I think that's a great question to ask at that time. But sorry to not answer your question, but we will soon.
All right. Blake says, by the way, thanks for getting the playbooks link out the other day. Yeah, no problem. Because I've spread myself so thin. I got my arms and my tentacles in too many different things. And I kind of neglected the newsletter for a little bit and sent out less than I should have. And now I'm getting back to Ingeniosity, and I plan to give you guys a lot of helpful stuff so you guys can make a lot of money. So I appreciate the acknowledgement. Ken says, I'm in digital marketing, selling digital products on Instagram and TikTok. Oh, that's interesting. But I think I need to try Facebook more. Yeah, go for it. And that's interesting. I have some questions for you, Ken. One, what are you selling? And two, is this are you running organic or paid on Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah, what's your niche, Ken? Yeah, I'm curious also if you're willing to share what niche you're in. That'd be very interesting to learn more. And
Bill's done a lot on Facebook, as you saw today. But Instagram, like the short form, Instagram and TikTok, these are areas we haven't done as much in, and I think we're about to put a lot more attention on those platforms. So we're very curious.
Well, one thing I'll say too about Facebook is I think people, by nature, especially entrepreneurs, we're like always looking for the next exciting new method, the new platform, the new technique. And sometimes it makes us a little bit blind to older strategies that still work. And Facebook is one of those. So don't discount Facebook and think, oh, it's old, doesn't work anymore. Facebook is still, I think they're still the largest social network on the planet, pretty sure. It is a gold mine of traffic. And so do not neglect it, even though I know it's not as new and not as exciting as some of the other platforms. It still can drive you a lot of traffic. And there's a lot of buyers there, right? Because we all want the people who are going to spend money with us and buy stuff. That's how we make money. So definitely don't neglect Facebook.
Awesome. And then Ken says he sells courses. He sells courses on how to sell on social media. And all his content is organic. He's just making. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, awesome! I'd love to see what you're doing. We should check out what Ken's up to, and I'd love to see some of what you're doing on Instagram and other places. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're comfortable, drop a link to your page. If you don't want to, that's fine. But we'd love to see it. That's really cool. Cool case study. All right. I sent you a message on Discord. I know you. I think you saw it.
Oh yes, contest. Yes. So we did a contest on the channel this week. We had a comment contest on a video we dropped earlier in the week, and we have a winner. I wonder if the winner is here. So we're going to announce that in just a minute. So we will announce the winner to the comment contest. So if you participated in that, definitely don't go anywhere. We'll announce the winner in just a couple of minutes. Any other on-topic questions?
No.
No? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a super quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with Ask Me Anything. And I'm going to do a little follow-up on the training for traffic. So I want to give you a little bit more insight into how to use this $2 a day strategy for your business. So we're going to dive in a little bit more into that topic, and we're going to open up questions to Ask Me Anything. But first, we'll take a quick commercial break. And do we have a free class ad, Nick, that you can kick up here?
Yeah, let me pop that in.
Not yet a member of PushButton AI? Then what are you doing? So I would like to invite you to a free masterclass. We're going to be covering in detail how to create an entire digital online course, an entire business, in fact, that can be set up 100% using AI. And if you'd like to attend that free masterclass, what you're going to want to do is head over right now to pushbutton.ai/free class. In that class, I'm going to show you how we can help two different kinds of people. Number one, if you've got a business and you want to add training, courses, or information to your existing business as a new profit center, or maybe a way to add value to your customers, then I'm going to show you how to do a detailed 10-module training course, including 50 to 60,000 words of content. Have it set up and built for you by AI. Also, if you're trying to start your first business online and you're looking for a great business model to make some money online, then PushButton AI is the right solution. And I'll show you how you can use this amazing tool to build an entire business like that. In a snap, PushButton AI will build an entire course for you, create video training, audio training, write your sales page for you, write 30 days of emails for you, create your logo, build your website, set up your shopping cart, set the entire thing up, create a members area so that people can pay you to get access to the course, and you get to charge money and keep all the profits. It's quite easy. You answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it literally does everything for you. A logo, a 30-day email sequence, your sales pages for selling your product. It creates the entire training course that you can charge money for. It installs your website, sets up your hosting, launches your site. It even helps you pick the perfect domain name, all powered by AI. You just literally log in and start up your brand new business. So attend the free masterclass. I'll show you a live demo of how it works. I'll explain the entire business model so you can see exactly how does it work and how do you profit. That's pushbutton.ai/free class. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button. You'll see it down below the video down there somewhere. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, and actually we'll make sure that you're notified next time that we go live. We release content all throughout the week, by the way, so we have videos on additional strategies and tactics we'll be dropping to you all week long. Check out all of our useful content. Head over to pushbutton.ai/free class if you're not yet a customer. Every paying customer, we're going to be taking today's training. We'll take all the prompts, all the resources, everything that you need to use it, and we're going to put it in your paid members area. So you'll see it in your AI profits course inside your members area. On that note, I'll see you there. Bye for now. And we're back.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Nick.
Yes.
Why did the ancient skeleton go to the barbecue?
The ancient skeleton? Why?
To get another rib.
Oh, my God. No. I don't like that one. I guess
I think they're more enjoyable to me when I see that you either like make a groan or you scoff at the joke. That makes the joke far more rewarding for me. So
that was bad. It's like a 3.
That's kind of the point of a dad joke, isn't it?
Fair enough. Yeah, they're not supposed to be good jokes.
So score.
Yeah, 3.
A 3. Okay. I kind of thought that's what I would get. I predicted that's what you'd give me. Chat, what do you score that one? Is that one a 3, or is it? Should it score higher? Is Nick? He went from being like so extra nice to now he's a super critic. But
so while the ratings rolling, I want to say something. So this contest, the $100 we're about to give away. You have to pay attention to Ingeniosity because we do these all the time, and I'm gonna start ramping up. I'm gonna be mailing every day to Ingeniosity, and if you're not keeping an eye, and if you're not replying to us and keeping an eye on the daily Ingeniosity send, you're gonna miss out on this. So this is probably the easiest way to get $100. So make sure you go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. If you're not subscribed, reply to us. So we're always at the top of your inbox, and we're always inboxing. And then pay attention because you might get an invitation to join the next giveaway. So
yeah, Nick's going to give away another $100. So
yep.
So should we start off with that? You want to give away the $100 because I think you already drew the winner, right?
Yeah. No, I know who it is.
It's up to you. You want to give it away now?
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh,
all right. You
first. What was my score? What did chat say about my?
Blake gave it a 2.5. Oh, that's a bit. Blake's actually pretty generous. He usually rates higher than me, so that's surprising. My ducky's feeling very neutral today. He gives it a 5.
A 5, okay.
Android Albert gives it a 6. Okay.
There we go.
And that's all we got. So I need you to give me a drum roll for our winner.
A drum roll, okay. Right.
Yeah.
Here we go. The winner is?
It's David Crooks Photos. I'll copy and paste his username. That's his YouTube username.
David Crooks
Photos. Yes.
David, are you here? Are you here, David?
Yeah, David, are you here? David, if you're here, make yourself known and go to because if you were in the giveaway, you're in our list. So go and find the last email I sent from Ingeniosity, and then reply, and then we'll get you sorted out. But congrats to David Crooks.
Cool. Congrats. All right, that was $100 that went straight to David, and we're doing another contest soon. So keep your eye on the inbox. So that's Nick's newsletter, Ingeniosity. That's how you get your playbooks. He's the mastermind behind the playbooks and the newsletter and all of that. So that's where you engage with Nick. And Ingeniosity is powered by Red Bull.
Yeah, they should sponsor me.
They should.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else we need to touch on?
No, I promised open Q&A. So if anybody has any other questions they want to ask, you can pop those in now. Questions about making money, getting traffic, picking your niche market, whatever it might be, selling, sales psychology. I can help you with all of these things. Ask me anything, and we'll make sure we help everybody out before we wrap up today's show.
Yeah, I know. One thing we should, I don't know if you wanted to record it off the air or do it with the time we have left. There was the secret bonus we mentioned in the hook, and then we forgot to touch on it. So I don't know if you wanted to record that while we're here, or if you wanted to come back sometime later today off the air and do that.
Yeah, we chat about it afterwards.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. All right. Oh, that's a good question from Katie, one of my favorite subjects. He says, I want a newsletter. Can you help?
We have videos on the channel about how to start a newsletter.
Yeah. Let me find here. There's a good video that will get you started. I'm going to find that for you, Katie. When we're done here, don't go now. Wait till we're done. But I'm going to, there's a good video that you should start with, and I'm going to find it for you.
Sure. While Nick is looking for that, I'm going to go squint at the chat, and I do see a question from Ken. So when running Facebook ads, are you getting traffic from other platforms like Instagram or TikTok? So I'll take that one up while Nick is fishing out that video link. So Ken, that's one of the beauties of, I call them Facebook ads. I guess it shows I've been doing it a long time, but they're called meta ads. And Instagram is one of the places that your ads get placed. So you do get traffic from Instagram when you place your ads there. It's one of the few ways you can get a link crammed into Instagram is with a paid ad. That's at least one of the easier ways, I guess you could say, is by doing the strategy I showed you here. You will get ads on Instagram, and you can get them to click from there and go to your site. There you go. So you do get it from Instagram. You do not get it from TikTok. And I have not tried this strategy with TikTok. I don't think this exact strategy would work on TikTok.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, but this is that's more about Nick's future episode of click farming. So
that's going to be fun. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you put that link out there? Oh yeah, you did.
I did. Okay. I wanted to mention something. So I use a tool called vidIQ to basically do keyword research to help me find out what sorts of content we should do. Mm-hmm. One of the things I can see is which keywords are driving the most clicks to our YouTube videos and our channel. And newsletter businesses are something that people are very interested in. We get a decent proportion of our watch time coming from people who are searching basically how to start a newsletter. And we haven't done a lot of content on that in a while now. And I think we should, because there are people like KD and MyDucky who are very curious about that. So.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Looks like MyDucky says he's looking forward to the click farming video. Yes, that's going to be lots of fun.
Awesome.
I'll have to buy a bunch of cheap $50 Androids, and I'll show my collection on the stream. I'll show my big stack of phones.
All right. Well, we'll do final call for questions, and while we wait for those to come in, I do want to remind you that I'm coming back later tonight off YouTube, a private webinar. We're going to talk about a different strategy that you can use. And if you want to start a brand new business, there's a whole new type of AI tool that just has really become amazing. And it can build you an entire business. And we're going to talk about how you can use it to make apps. So there's a really simple app that you can create with these tools that will bring you a ton of money. And if you haven't yet picked a business, it's perfect for you to launch your first business. If you already have a business, it's an amazing way to get new leads, new traffic, and make sales for your current business. And so if you want to learn all about how to use this new breed of AI tools to make AI apps, then you definitely want to tune in tonight. So it's tonight. Of course, I know I've been emailing my list, so some of you have probably been hearing about it, but that will be tonight. And you register for it. We have dropped the link. It's pinned in the chat where you can go register for that. And it looks like Nick just dropped that link in again. So you can go click there, go register, and that's the only way you can attend. It won't be here public on YouTube. It's a private session. And I hope I see you guys there. So with that, did we get any other questions coming in?
No. Nope. Looks like we're all good to go.
Okay, well then I get the final question.
Okay, what's the final question?
We'll see if I can redeem myself.
Okay.
What do you call a belt with a clock on it?
What?
A waste of time.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's decent. That's
decent.
Okay. That's a good one to end on. I'll say like a low 8. I'll say 8 on the dot.
8 on the dot. Wow, that's pretty strong.
Yeah,
okay.
That's better than decent. That's like a good one.
Okay, well then we had a 9.2 and an 8. So I think I ended up on the high side today. So thrown off a little bit by the 3, but I think the average is still decent. So I see my ducky gives it an 8.5. That's pretty strong. Okay, awesome. And I do see Suzette's comment again on agreeing with the newsletter ideas. So we can do more content on newsletters. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, email is a vital part of my businesses. So
it's non-negotiable.
Yeah, email is my number one revenue source. Like, I don't think most people would realize that, but it is my easily my number one revenue source.
You're not going to make serious money without email, whether it's in e-com, whether it's in info, whether you're selling one of our push button courses. You're not really going to get much scale unless you have email going on.
Well, and it's funny to me how many people I see with businesses that are not using email, and they're just leaving so much money on the table.
I feel like there's an opportunity. There are so many businesses where they're for sale. You go to a website like Flippa, and there are so many obvious things they're leaving out, where if you just plugged in these very obvious systems into these businesses, you could quadruple the value overnight.
Well, we were negotiating to buy a business recently, and for confidentiality, we can't reveal that business. But we've been in discussions about buying a business, and they had an email list that they just weren't using. So they were generating a list, and it was just sitting there. It was crazy. Yeah. How big was that list? Do you remember? I think we can say, since we're not saying who the company is. So
I could say it was 6 figures. It was north of 100K.
Yeah, it wasn't quite 200.
Total people in their list. That wasn't actives, but that was total emails they had collected from users who got free signups to their product.
Yeah.
And they're not the only ones. Do you remember, it was like 2 years ago, where they were friends of mine, actually. They had their own software. They were collecting emails, and they just were not emailing people. They would.
Oh, that's right. And then you tried to team up with them, and they wouldn't even do it. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing, so I was going to team up with them, build out their email system, and they wouldn't pay me unless that email system brought an additional profit. They wouldn't have to do anything extra, just keep doing what they were doing. And they said no, which is, it's leaving money on the table. You guys have no idea how much money you can make with email without doing anything that sophisticated. Obviously, you want to be strategic and be sophisticated if you can. But the thing is, you can collect emails and not be that savvy at all and make a lot of money doing it. And you don't even have to have that big of a list. It's pretty insane.
Cool. Yeah, well, use email. So we'll talk more about newsletters and email on the channel. And
I have one more note before we go.
Yeah.
This is such a good way to get people who are interested in newsletter ideas specifically. If you want to get business ideas, for newsletters or things like that. Go to a website like Flippa and just look at some of the websites that are up, and you can see how much money they're making. A lot of them, you don't even have to sign an NDA. They'll just tell you, this is the business, this is how much traffic we get, this is how we're getting the traffic, and this is how much money we're making. Go on Flippa and see what's working. It's you'll find out some really interesting things. That's one of my.
It is like this.
That's one
really
of the ways
sneaky,
I waste time.
It's a really sneaky way to do market research to see what's working. It really is. Yeah.
Well, that's some people doom scroll on TikTok. I doom scroll on Flippa, and I look at all the businesses that are being posted there and seeing what everyone's doing. It's really interesting. Yeah, KD, Flippa is a website where you can buy and sell businesses. I think it's literally just flippa.com with that exact spelling.
Cool. All right. Well, then I want to remind everybody that if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, we come back every Wednesday. We do more training like this. And then there are videos that we drop on the channel all the time. So if you're interested in learning more about how to start or grow a business online, then definitely subscribe to the channel. And if you got some value, you had some fun hanging out with us today, then hit that thumbs up. That does help us, and I would be eternally grateful, as would producer Nick. So
yes.
So appreciate that. And Nick, thanks again for your help today. And yeah. I think we're good to head out, right?
All right. That's all right. I'll play us off on some ads. I'll start with the 5-day challenge ad I made.
Awesome.
Could launch a business in just 5 days with the help of AI. That sounds amazing, right? The problem is most people are doing it all wrong. You've heard the success stories of people making money online, but when you try to start, it's like hitting a wall. Where do you even begin? What tools do you use? And how do you make it all work together? The process feels endless. Weeks, maybe months of trial and error, only to realize you're no closer to your goals. It's exhausting, and every day you're stuck, you're leaving money on the table. But it doesn't have to be this way. The truth is, building an online business can be simple if you have the right system. That's exactly what the 5-day Wealth Engine gives you. A clear, step-by-step process that takes the guesswork out of launching a business. With over $100 million in results and 25+ years of experience, I can help you do this in my 5-day challenge. We'll work together to help you apply my proven methods. I'll guide you through harnessing AI to work smarter, not harder. In just 5 days, you'll go from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to having a fully launched, ready-to-profit business. You'll learn how to use the latest tools, avoid costly mistakes, and create something sustainable that fits into your life. Imagine what it would feel like to stop spinning your wheels and finally take action toward the future you've been dreaming about. No more endless research. No more second-guessing yourself. Just results. Fast. If you're ready to turn your vision into reality, click the link now to join the 5-day Wealth Engine. Spots are limited, and the next challenge is about to start. So take action while you can. This is your chance to make it happen.
If you who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video, and the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business.
Your first business doesn't have to be complicated. That's because we're at the start of the AI revolution. Before, it could take months to launch a profitable business and start cash flowing. Now you can do it in as little as one weekend. History is littered with people who've built empires by seizing the moment. They jumped in at ground zero before the door slammed shut. Imagine if you had bought Bitcoin in 2011. You'd be set for life. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, says, "We're at the dawn of a golden age of AI, and we've only begun to scratch the surface." Bezos made his billions riding the internet wave early. Now it's your turn to ride the AI tsunami to the bank. Thousands are about to cash in big time thanks to AI. But the burning question is, will you be one of them? Or will you be left in the dust? If you don't want to be left in the dust, then sign up for the Ingeniosity newsletter, where every week I'll hand you carefully researched blueprints that will help take your business from idea to income fast. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to level up, each blueprint is designed to cut through the noise and deliver actionable steps you can implement immediately, and I would know. Because I've been able to generate over $100 million in total revenue across my online businesses over the years. You'll get my hard-won $100 million insights delivered to your inbox every Friday. And the best part? It's 100% free. Join over 5,000 other founders and business builders and get your roadmap to unstoppable growth with the help of AI. Just go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe.